Morning. Today I find myself camped out here at Santos Campground. I'm about to get ready and ride the single track from the trailhead to the Landbridge. I did this ride last year, but I didn't film it, so I'm going to go ahead and film it this year. And I may go a little past the Landbridge, and it should be the longest single track ride I've ever done. So let me get suited up, we'll get started. Okay, we're leaving the campground, heading over to the trailhead. Hope I don't get a ticket for that, running that stop sign. If I will, I'll get two of them. Here's another one. Past the restrooms. Right over to the main parking lot and trailhead. Here we go. I'm gonna go the trail, what I call backwards today, which is this way. I usually ride it clockwise. I'll go counterclockwise today for a change of pace. This is kind of the western part of Pine Tree. Going to take us down to the Vortex trailhead, where I'll get on Dogbone a little bit to get to the cut that heads to the Vortex. I mean, not the Vortex, heads to the Landbridge. Boy, this trail is quite a bit wetter than it was yesterday. Up and over. Going to be a laid-back ride. I'm not planning on working too hard or going too fast. Marshmallow. I don't want marshmallow. Come down here for 3 days, about 3 times a year in the wintertime. Time I leave, I pretty well know the layout of the trails, and then being as old as I am, I forget. Each year, each time I come over, I have to relearn everything. It's all fun. Ooh, a little soft sand. tree limb. I love buzzing around this easy trail. Every ride doesn't have to be tough. Cardiologist tells me I need to ride more zone 2 anyway. Single track's kind of hard to ride in zone 2. It's usually zone 3. Especially when you're riding a rocket ship. Bug up the nose. First one. Which way? Here we go. E-bike makes all the trails seem like they're downhill. I like that. I just ride in the middle mode, trail mode usually. Mode 3 out of 5. Trail could use a little trimming. Well, let's see, it's October 7th, Tuesday. It's about 10:30 in the morning. Temperature's about approaching 80 degrees. It's still in the 70s, but close to 80. Very comfortable, especially with the wind. We've had a nor'easter blowing for, geez, off and on for 10 days now. And the wind is a blessing. It's not real hot. Wind makes it super comfortable. It'll get windy on the way back. Supposed to blow 30 today. It's a nice little ride. Like I say, I did it last year one time. Just went to the Landbridge. Coming up on a blue highway here. Let's see, I want to go this way. It's always confusing. There's two trails here that go to the vortex. One on the right, one on the left. One of them's walking, hiking. I don't know which, but I know this is mountain bike trail. I don't know that I've ever ridden it counterclockwise before, so it looks all new to me. Bug in the mouth. Florida's a boogie place. Trail gets covered in spots with pine straw like that. It's almost like riding on pavement. Smooth. think that's where Pine Tree East comes in. That's what we'll be taking coming back. If all goes as planned. Always remember that turn. Big old switchback. It does more than a 180. Like I was saying, I love coming down here to Santos, but I do not like the fact that these are two-way trails. Let's see, does it go that way to the vortex? No. No, this is the vortex, but I mean, I wondered if you went that way to... It was a shorter cut. Guess not. Too many people here on a Tuesday morning. I see most of the tags are out of state at the campground. Hey birdie, look like a sparrow. I usually, on mountain biking, try to maintain a cadence of about 50 if I'm serious riding, but oh, almost got off trail. On days like today, I'm just trying to stay in zone 2. And I'm happy with about 44, 45. Somewhere not too far up here, we take a cut, neighborhood cut. It goes on down to towards the Landbridge. I saw it yesterday when I was riding. Yeah, I was talking about cadence on my gravel bike, or also e-gravel bike. I like to run about 65 cadence in the highest gear. That puts me at 20, 21 mile an hour. Quite a bit faster than mountain biking. That turnoff is right here. dog catcher. I'm pretty sure. We'll find out. I recall it comes out on a road. It runs down beside some houses. I think. Downhill. And you know what follows the downhill? That's right, an uphill. Hills are so rare in Florida that a lot of mountain bike trails, when you have a hump, the trail will go up the hump, down the other side, make a U-turn, go right back up, down the other side, just go back and forth like that. Take advantage of a little hill. The thing I don't like about these two-way trails is all these blind corners. I have several times met someone in a blind corner, come close to a major crash. Of course, the corners are tight and you're not going very fast, but it scares the poop out of you. Here we go. This is really a double track, although it looks like a single. If you miss that turn at the dog catcher there, you can go straight and end up at the vortex anyway. No cars. Spyder Kingdom. This is a real nice ride. I didn't start doing it till last year. I'm coming down here for years. When I first started mountain biking, I was more about the challenging stuff. And now I don't give a damn. Spyder north, Spyder south. I want to go north. Although it doesn't matter, they both end up in the same spot. We'll take south coming back. A bunch of these trails over here, well, there's not many, but some of them are two different trails. One's called north, one's called south. Gives you a little more variety. I recall, there's one spot that kind of leaves you in a lurch of which way to go. I guess if we come to it, I'll recognize it. Pretty sure it's on this way to the Landbridge. I don't know. Oh shit, that's a big old tree. I don't remember that. Must be a new deadfall. Big old water oak. Different trailheads along here, so you never know when to expect to meet someone. But not everyone rides out of the main trailhead like we did. See, like this turn here, man, if you met somebody, it'd be brush busting, trying to get out of the way and stop. Bush on the side of the trail rang my bell. Just did it again. That's what it's supposed to sound like. Well, I got a couple new deadfalls here. We had a trail back home at Moses Creek, a tree fall on the trail, across the trail. The thing was huge, like 2.5 foot in diameter. And it was only like 3.5 feet off the ground. You couldn't ride under it. You had to actually lay your bike down on the ground and drag it under it. So, seeing how we're not allowed to use chainsaws on that trail by the landowner, water management, we couldn't cut it. So, trail boss had a great idea, says, well, let's just make a tunnel under it. So these two guys worked for a couple hours with shovels, and damn, they didn't make a little tunnel under it. I thought it was cool as shit. And eventually what happened was, several months later, some young rider, kid, hit his head on a low-hanging tree. And although it wasn't that particular tree, water management thought it was. So they sent a crew in there with big chainsaws and they cut the thing out of the way. So that ended the tunnel. It's just ironic that the kid hit his head about a mile further down the trail. They didn't do nothing about that tree. Such is life. We finally got water management to allow us to use electric sawzalls. The Sawzall blade isn't that long. They wouldn't let us use electric chainsaws. We even offered to go take the courses and get certified. And they wouldn't have nothing to do with that. So we cut some of them with electric sawzalls. Which way, which way? Spyder north. Some of those electric sawzalls we use look suspiciously like electric chainsaws, but I don't know anything about that. There's a rock part here. Lime rock. We got another big tree down at Moses right now. Too big to cut. So we had to build a go-around around it, which is quite simply a flow killer. But you practically got to stop to make the turn. That's a fun little section. Long little upgrade. It'll be fun going the other way. Tight. Pretty tight, pretty and tight. You ride these canopy sections like this, and all of a sudden the sun will blast through one little part and light up a palm frond or something. You know, look at it the first look, you know what the hell it is. Bright. It's really tight here. And I've always used metallic brake shoes on these disc brakes because they last so much longer and they stop real good. But that's only when it's dry. During the wet season, the front brake squeals like a son of a bitch. So I went back to a resin pad on just the front, because the front disc picks up so much moisture passing by the vegetation on the sides. It just squeals too much. A little ratchet there. After I broke my shoulder and arm at Alpha a year and a half ago from a pedal strike, I am extremely leery of pedal strikes. And that'll do it to you. Couldn't ride for 4 months. Back on the bike, I felt like I'd never ridden before. It took me about 3 weeks to get back in the groove. Also a barn over there. This trail could use some trimming. Stone, the front tire's ticking. Yeah, this Landbridge up here we're going to end up at goes over I-75. Has trees and plants on it. And surprisingly, not even a bench to sit down. Which I do not understand. Tight. Seems like it's a destination for bicyclists. I don't know why they don't have a chair there. Some kind of park bench thing. Shouldn't be too much further. We'll run out of Spyder Kingdom North. Come upon the next sections. I forgot what they're called right now. Knolls or something like that. shot of Gatorade there. Give you an update on these Schwalbe radial tires. They're still proving to be the best tire I've ever ridden. This traction is still unbelievable. I've probably got a couple hundred miles on them now. They have saved my butt countless times in places that the Asagi would have washed out on. And I like the Asagi tire. That's the guy, or whatever you call it. Sure, it's a nice ride. Another tight trees. That's why I cut my handlebars shorter. 730, 740 seems to be the sweet spot for me. That little stump back there, its spots on it look like a quail. It didn't run off, so I knew it wasn't a quail. Here's the bench. Must be where the trail split. Yeah, there's Spyder South. The paved trail, we don't want that. No horses. I think they want to cross here. I'm not sure. Could be wrong about that. Coyote north, Coyote south. Yep, that's the right way. That road back there was kind of high speed. You gotta be careful. Coyote. Let's see, we have been 7 miles on Coyote North. One of the southern trails, I think it's just this side of the Landbridge trailhead, is much longer than the northern trail, which is fine. I ride the northern going this way and the southern coming back usually. A lot of those little roots in the ground that are angled, that assegai tire used to slip out on them. This daggone radial, they can just roll right over and no problemo. That trail over there, I think it was Coyote South. I don't think you could see it with GoPro. See, when you got these two trails like this, it's ideal to make them one way. I don't know why in the hell they don't do it. Coming up on another road here. Yeah, that's a north-south split there. I think this is the Landbridge trailhead, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not. Barns. Oh yeah, we got to go through Barns yet. I think I went the right way. Yep, it says bicycles, no horses. It's the right way. I don't ever see the horses out here. I think I did one time taking that little mile run over to the bike shop. Barnes South, Barnes North. Because it crosses a horse trail down there. Sure is a nice ride. 10 degrees cooler would help, but it's pretty nice. I remember Barnes section is not as long as those first two. I think then we come to the Landbridge trailhead, which is not at the Landbridge, by the way. I guess it's the closest trailhead to the Landbridge. You gotta go through their parking lot and pick up the trail and go another half, 3/4 mile or so. Spyder. Tomorrow, I'm planning on taking my gravel bike and riding the paved trail. And it goes all the way to Ross Prairie. I don't know if I'll make it that far, but the Landbridge is like halfway. Much easier, faster ride on pavement. Morning. First rider I've seen. Nice, easy, lazy turns. I like that. There's a lot of bugs out today. I had 5 or 6 of them in my mouth so far. I know what you're gonna say. Keep your mouth shut, you won't get bugs in it. Nice sporty little section. this is totally different here now. Let's look at the tree farm. I do remember this part. Road. This must be the Landbridge trailhead. Yeah, that's the Landbridge trailhead. I see the sign over there. I better stop right here. I'm glad I did. So we go down here and there's a fence with a cut in it. Pick up the trail, go to the Landbridge. Good place to rest, get a drink. Here we go. This is Landbridge North. This is the shorter of the two ways. Southernmost goes way down, loops back up. I'll ride down on the way back. Yeah, that was tight. Face slapper. I think we just crossed the horse trail. I recall this little northern part of it isn't very long. All right, Stop, change the GoPro battery. Well, I'll tell you what, I stopped. It got hotter than the son bitch. That feels good. I'm keeping batteries in my backpack, and so I gotta take the backpack off, take my gloves off, get the camera off of the chest mount, do all that horse shit. Ah, yes, the life of a YouTuber. You get in the flow of going slow, and then you come to something fun where you wish you were going fast. Can't do both. This is the paved trail. That will be on tomorrow. We'll come upon it again because both these trails cross the Landbridge. I remembered coming up on that Florida Greenway trail and had to turn left. I couldn't figure out where I crossed it at. I guess that's right there where you cross it. The older I get, the less I remember. Well, that's probably a good thing. Well, that's a blind corner. A whole blind section here. I hear a road. Oh, could be I-75. Maybe not. That sounds way off to my right and behind me now. Although this thing could make a big loop. Been 10.25 miles now. Yeah, we made a big loop. Now it's down straight ahead. Yeah, that's got to be 75. It's getting louder. It's off to my left now, which is where it should be. For when we come out of the woods. Got to be 75. It's loud. I don't know if the GoPro's picking it up or not. Sure enjoyed this ride. Alright, where the trail split, and here's the paved trail. Coming up on Landbridge. Heart rate's 111. Excellent. I have some video of this overlook from last year I'm gonna put in right here. Here we are at the Landbridge. I rode the mountain bike trail down from the Santos Campground trailhead. This Landbridge goes across I-75. Here we're looking south. That's all for now. This is the furthest I've been right now. Hey. Hey. Somewhere up here, I think we go right. There's the trail there. Christmas trail. New Year's. Let's go to New Year's. Only one track in it. I remember seeing New Year's on the map. I remember reading about Christmas Trail too. For another time. Feeling a sprinkle of rain. I did bring my poncho. It has definitely been raining. I got here yesterday in a torrential frog strangling downpour. This trail's kind of fun. Reminds me of Twister. Those quick ups and downs. I like Twister. Yeah, I was saying I got here in a torrential downpour, and there were some late leavers in my campsite. I had to wait 2 hours on them. Of course, it was raining, so I couldn't ride or anything. So I just went over to the main trailhead and sat there reading my book for 2 hours. Checkout times at 1, I went back at 1:10 and they were gone. Yeah, starting to sprinkle good now. I don't mind a light sprinkle. I don't like riding in the rain. This trail's pretty neat. Lots of ups and downs. A little more challenging than what we've seen so far. I don't know how far this thing goes before we can hit a turnaround point. Because with the rain coming, I don't want to go a whole lot further. If we don't see a turnaround point pretty soon, I'm just going to stop and turn around. I don't think there's a north-south on this trail. The sky is bright. I call for 40% chance today, but only a 1/4 inch accumulation. So that tells me it's going to be light. Yeah, if it starts raining, I got to take my glasses off. And I don't like to ride without eye protection. Soft sand. Looks like they hauled that in. This has got a lot more fun stuff on it. Let's see, it's been 11.6 miles. I go to 12. Don't see a good turnaround point. I'm just going to stop and turn around. Yeah, it looks like they've been bringing in this dirt. Pretty good uphill. Definitely more challenging. It's starting to rain pretty good now. Let me turn around. It's probably raining more where it came from. So we'll head back to the Landbridge. Oh, the sun come out good. Resin brake is squealing now. This is definitely more fun than what we've seen so far. They call it a mild blue. If it's green, it's a heavy green. That place is like that back there. The novice would have to walk. One thing that rain did is it cooled it off. Another one of them trails I don't want to meet somebody on, I know that. Some of those places they filled in is really soft sand, and some of it's kind of limestone stuff that feels okay. Of course, I don't know which is which coming up on it, and never ridden this before. That soft sand will get you. The lime rock stuff is okay. This here. You come flying into that soft sand, you're going down. Quit raining. Could have gone further, but that's far enough. This should still give me my longest single track ride ever. a pretty good long one at San Francisco, but I don't know how long it was. I don't think it was 20 miles. We're at 12 3/4 miles now. We'll probably come in 25 something. I have to come down here sometime and drive to the Landbridge trailhead and ride just all the way to Ross Prairie. If it goes that far, I think. In my older years here, I've never been a long distance rider anyway. Cool. I like this. Here we are at the paved trail. The old Landbridge. Horse shit. I guess this is multi-use. Horses can go here. Here we go. couldn't remember how to get back on it last time I was here. Okay, Landbridge South. Freaking salt sand. And the squiggles through it. Seems to me this first part of this big loop on the south Landbridge, you're going downhill, and then you turn around, second part is all uphill. I don't know if that's true or not. I remember getting that impression last time I was here. Of course, it could just be because I was looking at the map and that was the south end. I don't know. I know my butt needs a rest. Next bench I come to, I think I'll take a little break. Seems like there's one back up here where two trails come together. Spider web. Nobody been down here today. That one hit me right in the nose. Of course, I always stop at the Landbridge trailhead. That's probably the best place. They got restrooms and everything, picnic tables. Not that I need a restroom. I'm sweating just enough to stay comfy in the sweat department. And that's taking diuretics. Of course, hitting that spider web means nobody's come this way. or that far from the other direction, but I don't mean I won't find somebody head on. Oh, that's a big rock. Florida. More. Oh, that was tight. Don't want no pedal strikes, so I didn't wear my roof vest. I think if I'd have had that thing on at Alphi, it might have saved my shoulder. That's why I bought it afterwards. Hindsight 2020, you know. A big old tree. Jeez, look at that stump. That's a big one. Your road coming up. Must be the road trailhead Landbridge is on. Oh yeah, I remember this. Oh yeah. Yeah, you don't get the tunnel on the northern route where you cross that busy road. back in the woods right up here. It. That was a crossing back there. Well, it says Barn South still. Santos that way. Barn South, okay. Okie dokie. This will take us to the trailhead. Whoop-de-doos. That's been tree farm. For old planting trees. $15 miles. More Gatorade. Woods here are open. You can see Starting to wonder if this south loop doesn't pass up the Landbridge trailhead. It might. It might have been on that road we tunneled under back there. Starting to rain again. Damn it. Sounds worse than it is, hitting all the tree limbs. Now there's that building over there. So we passed up the Landbridge trailhead. Okay, cool. It would be nice to see a little shelter starting to come down now. Oh yeah, we gotta cross this road here. Well, it ain't out of the rain, but it's the bench. I'll take a little break here. Okay. You missed about 50 yards there. I got to turn the GoPro on. But we're on the trail again. Ooh, look at that. Lightning. Lightning did that. Sometimes a tornado would do it, but it didn't have any twist to it. Okay, we are on Coyote South, heading back. A little bit of rain we've had probably improved the traction a little bit. Lit up now. All we have is what's falling off the tree limbs. I decided not to put the poncho on while I was stopped, but the sun came out again. Jump over that one. Little bunny hop. Okay, we're coming up on this other road I see. Looks like a lot of traffic on it. I'll be stopping. And the rain started again. It's not supposed to rain tomorrow for my pavement ride. One way down this road. Could see both ways after I got up there close. Okay, now, what are we going to do here? It's not the right way. Oh, this fence got a back to it. I wish I'd known that. Spyder South, that's what we want. That would have been a better spot to stop with, get my back rested. Now it's raining pretty hard, making me wish I put the poncho on. But fuck, I won't melt anyway. I was kind of chuckling yesterday while I was sitting up at the main trailhead waiting on those people to leave my campsite. I had to chuckle at this young man that pulled up to his truck. He was soaking wet. And I said, "You dummy, what are you doing riding in the rain?" Well, guess what, sports fans? Of course, we're 10 miles from home. I ain't got much choice other than stop and put the poncho on. Actually, it feels kind of good. Cooled off. It did get hot back there. And the traction is definitely better. Just can't see. Raining with the sun out. Happy days. Front brake quit squeaking. Doesn't get any better than this. Refreshing. Getting a little too refreshing. Definitely improved traction though. I don't think 800 bars would make it through that tight tree section there. You have to wiggle them through. Raining with the sun out. This is just the kind of vegetation and all I was talking about that makes that front brake squeal if you've got metallic pads. Whoops. Or resin pads. Now resin is way better. They don't last as long. Everybody says that the metallics stop better, but I've never seen that. Of course, I don't do that fast downhill stuff. I haven't thought about the GoPro lens. Hope it didn't have water all over it. This will be such a long video. I hate for it to be messed up. I sure am using a lot more battery than I used to. I'm down to 3 bars. I'm just riding them past 3, trail mode. Of course, this battery's coming up on 3 years old. When I check it with the app, it says it's like 98% good still. I don't know what that means. All I know is it only lasts about not quite half as long as it used to. Kills me, these guys on some of these online sites I follow. One of them is e-cyclist over 70. This guy says, I'm thinking about getting into trail riding and getting an e-bike. What can I get for under $1,000? I have to laugh. I always post and say, you can get more trouble than it's worth. This battery costs $800. What do you think you're going to get for $1,000 in the whole bicycle? You're going to get a house fire is what you're going to get. And that is the way that is played. Look at this. Why couldn't I stop there? Got a cover and everything. Could have been out of the rain. Fell asleep, got a nap. Oh, that was tight. Riding in the sunshine while it's raining. Must be a song in that. Rocks. Pedal strikers back there. Nice section through here. Like a slalom course. Didn't even see that bump. Must be about 1 o'clock in the afternoon now. The sun's getting really pretty in the trees. I love being in the woods. I couldn't see which way to go there. All this pine straw. Rain stopped, it's getting hot and humid again. Spyder south this way. This is that part. This is that part. If you're coming the other way, you don't know which way to go. And you don't want to be on that wood when it's fresh rain. I think we go this way. Spyder south, yeah. Yeah, I rode Spyder south coming the other direction back there, and there's no sign into that pit which way to go. So I figured out which was the most used and went that way, and it worked. They had signs going this way. And there's Spyder North right there. I think I went the right way, I'm not sure. I think we go up here and cross this road. And we'll be on that cut, neighborhood cut, back to the vortex. Yeah, here we go. Come up here and stop. No, nothing coming, I can't hear. Santos this way, dogtail, yes, that's what we want, dogtail. Catcher. I think that's an offshoot and comes right back into dogtail. I think they both go to the vortex trail, dog bone. Seems like I've been both ways. Now the question is, do we want to go back dog bone or cross over and go back on Pine Tree? I'll decide in a minute. Do not enter. Wind stop, rain stop, getting hot. Dog bone. Wrong gear there. I about fall down and go boom. Okay, I had to stop and change the GoPro battery again. I think we got enough juice to get home. It's not that far now. 3-4 miles, I think. I don't know if you saw or not where that fellow was sitting on that bench, that nice bench at the end of Twister. I always stop there. I like that bench. Hey. I don't know if I got enough juice to go over back on Pine Tree East, so I'm just going to take the shortest route home because we're about to run out of battery and SD card. This part of the doggone's pretty fast, so we'll get through it pretty quick. In fact, it's one of my favorite sections here. Oh, that tree must have just fell. About to come up on the road crossing, we'll get on Pine Tree West. I hear a car. Okay. Oh, Pine Tree West. Just in case its battery and or SD card runs out, I want to thank you all for riding along with me. Hope you enjoyed riding with this 77-year-old. Let's see, we are at, if I don't crash looking at the GPS, we are at 21 miles right now. Pick up the pace a little bit going back, see if I can make it. I wanted to buzz down and ride Briar Patch, but I'll finish shooting this video. It's going to be a long one. Down to 2 bars on the battery on the bike now. That's plenty to get home. That's one of the corners I hope I never meet anybody on. I don't know if y'all know about lithium batteries in general, but especially e-bike batteries. The first third of the battery usage, you'll use half of the power available. The second 2/3 you use the other half. So the lower the indicator on the battery is, the faster you're going to burn through it. It's just life, it's the way it is. You'd think that the manufacturers would compensate for that, but they don't. Oh shit, did I go the wrong way? I don't think so, I'm not sure. I might have got on that speedway. No, it says Pine Tree West. We're good. Gotta turn around and look at that sign backwards. Another thing people don't realize about e-bikes is cadence. They're made to provide assist at a cadence of 50 to 80 is ideal for them. A lot of people use a much lower cadence and it just zaps the battery. You'll get the power, but you'll use the shit out of the battery. Do not enter. Well, fuck it. Going too fast when I saw the sign. It's not like it's crowded today. And we're just about back. see the parking lot over there, trailhead. When I get out in the open, you feel the wind. Alright, we're in the campground. Made it this far. Let's see if it makes it to the trailer. Now we made it. Let's see, 2 cars left. .79 miles, 22.8. If y'all want to follow along with me on Strava, it's Captain Chip Owen, or on YouTube, Captain Chip Owen 5184. I got about 30-40 videos on there. So with that, I'll say